My name is Archibald Chesterfield III. I'm a YouTube entertainer and celebrity, and I'd like to thank you for watching this video. Hello, Archie Luxury channel. And I'm also on the Paul Pluta channel doing paid reviews. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Please do that for me. This is from Eric. Hey Arch, first off, I want to tell you that I fucking love your channel. I came across it recently and your videos are fucking hilarious, and I often find myself crying of laughter from your collection reviews. Speaking of, I sent you 25 to review my collection and to help me figure out the watch I need for the last spot in my watch box. A little background, I am 34 years old and got into watches a little over 2 years ago. So I consider myself an amateur watch collector, but learning more and more watching your vids. I am into watches with some history to them. I love Speedmasters and retro dive watches. I've got the first Omega in space, a standard Speedmaster Professional. So you've got a first Omega in space, a standard Speedmaster Professional, and an Alaska Project. I've also got the new reissue of the CK2915, paid for and being delivered this summer. I realize that they are all 1861s and not 861s, but I really don't give a fuck, or should I? In my opinion, if Omega tells me it can get to the moon, then it's a fucking moon watch. The first watch I bought was the Panerai Black Seal Ceramic, sleek and simple. Then I got my Tudor Black Bay Black Bezel ETA. Fucking love that watch, and Tudor as a brand. Besides the Alaska Project, that was my best buy. While everyone has got a Rolex sub, it just sets you apart from the crowd. I don't care that it's an ETA movement. Lastly, my beta, the Oris Diver 65. Basically, I wanted something to use every day, and I love the funky numerals. Probably not worth anything, but I just like the way it looks. So I got one last spot in the box. What should it be? I feel like everyone has a Rolex sub or GMT, but my watch collector friends all tell me that I need a Rolex. I'm not exactly a Rolex fanboy, but the one I'm leaning towards is the Rolex Explorer 1 39mm. But I was also thinking about a Tudor, vintage Tudor Prince, Oyster Date, Jumbo 38mm. Or maybe you have another suggestion. I'm not really into dress watches. I can't wait to hear your review. Keep up the good work, Eric. Thank you, Eric. Now, Eric, let's discuss a few things here. So, firstly, thank you for the specs and the details there. If you've got a watch box with 8 holes, that means you need to have 9, because you still got to wear a watch when the other 8 are in the box. So you actually need to get 2. Okay. So let's have a look at this. And I gotta tell you, I quite like this collection. I quite like it. And I mean, look, the difference between the 861 movement and the 1861, I mean, basically the 1861 is the slightly newer incarnation, and it's rhodium plated. That's it. It's not a huge difference. There's a few little tweaks here and there, but there's nothing wrong with the 1861 movement. Nothing wrong with that. Now, let's have a look at your collection there. And I gotta say, it works for me. It's not the collection I'd have, but we're all individuals. So that's not a negative thing. Now, I like this. You've got the first Omega in space. Yes, that's cool. That's cool. Cool watch. That the no crown guard, just one of the reissues of the original, which is cool. You've got a standard Speedmaster Professional. Yes, you've got to have one of those. And you've got an Alaska Project. I actually love So if you got that bit that plugs onto it, that's a great watch. That's a great watch. You've also got the reissue of the CK2915, paid for and being delivered this. Okay, great piece to have there indeed. The only thing I tell you what I would get, okay, this is just, I'm not trying to sell you anything, I'm just trying to give you some pointers. I love your Speedmaster collection, because I got to tell you that the Speedy is a watch that, you know, you don't appreciate it until you don't have one. And I had one, sold it, you know, I've been a nickel and dimer. I'm not a rich person. I've had to fucking, when I got my first Calatrava, I had to fucking sell pieces to pay for it. I mean, I couldn't just keep everything. But then I really missed not having a Speed. I always loved the Speedmaster, just such a great watch. They are great. You know what I would add? I really love, I had a Flightmaster for a while, but they're a bit, dare I say it, bulky. And I think the one that I really loved, now you could either go vintage or reissue, Speedmaster Mark II. Okay, that's sort of the model after the Speedmaster. And although it didn't take over, I mean, it flopped, okay, it kind of flopped, I still think in that 70s way, that is a really cool piece. Now, two ways you could go. You could get a reissue new one, which, that's okay. Or you could get a vintage one from that time period, late 60s, early 70s. Either way, I reckon that'd be a great thing to complete this Speedmaster collection, because the Speedmasters are worth collecting. The next thing is you've told me there you've got your Tudor Black Bay with black bezel ETA movement. Yep, they're actually getting quite collectible. That's a great watch. Yes. You've also got your Oris 65 diver. I mean, if you're going to go inexpensive Swiss watch, Oris is the brand to do it. So, cool. Everyone needs a beater. You need a beater. And you got the Panerai. Okay. So I would say to you, now you got an 8-watch box. That means you need to have 9 watches, because you got to wear one when the other 8 are in the box. You understand? Because you don't not wear a watch. I mean, that'd be sacrilege. So I think you got spot for 2 pieces. So what do I think as far as a Rolex goes there? And I got to be completely honest with you. As much as it pains me, I think every watch collector must have one Rolex. Okay, you've just got to do it, because you don't have to have every fucking Rolex made, but I kind of think it is very cool, okay? Let's just say that. Now, I would say to you, Explorer 1 with your type of collection would be absolutely perfect. However, I'd also like to see in your collection there, I'd love to see another white dial sports watch. You know what I'm going to say? Polar Explorer 2. Not only is that watch fantastic buying on the used market, but it gives your collection a GMT function watch. You've got chronographs well and truly covered. You've got dive watches covered. wouldn't it be so cool to have a GMT function? Now, you could add a GMT, you could add a Batman, sure, but I get the feeling you're somebody who likes to get bang per buck. Money ain't easy, okay? Money ain't easy. So I'd say Explorer 2 would be perfect. However, the Explorer 1 is super, super cool. That's kind of the Clayton's Rolex watch. For a Rolex watch you have when you don't really want a Rolex watch. It's stealthy. It's iconic. It's a great piece. I think your collection would work with either way. I'd like to see, if it was me, the heart would say go for the Explorer 1 because of its history and its heritage, but the head would say add another white dial, get that symmetry right in the box, and amazing bang per buck on the used market. So that's where I'm leaning. That is how I'm leaning, Eric. It's great to see your collection. I really love it. I love the fact you got so many Speedmasters. They are good pieces. Speedmasters are cool. Dive watches, you got some nice collection there. But I agree, every person needs a role. I mean, look. It's you don't have to have. It is your choice. But come on, man, Rolex. You know, it's like this. Let me explain it to you. You're talking to some bimbo and you say, oh, I like watches. Oh, do you have a Rolex? And instead of saying, no, they're rather overpriced, I don't like them. Oh, you're cheap. You say, yeah, I got an Explorer 1. Oh, okay. You see what I mean? These type of people, they always, as soon as you mention, let me tell you this, okay? As soon as you say to somebody, hey, I collect watches, the next question is, hey, do you have a Rolex? It's like as soon as you say, oh, I run a YouTube watch channel. Oh, do you know Archie Luxury? That's the next question. It's always asked. And if you can just very quickly nip it in the bud, flick it to the side, I think you'll move forward. So, yeah, definitely, in my opinion, definitely get a Rolex. I love the way the collection's gone. I love it. So, 2 watches to get. Speedmaster Mark II, either a vintage or a reissue. I'm not sure whether you should go racing dial or white dial. That'll be your choice. And a Rolex Explorer 2 or an Explorer 1. You pick the one you really want. And I love this collection. It's a great collection. Really love it. Good collection. Great pieces. I like it. I like it a lot. I like a lot of heart and soul's gone into this collection. I'm Paul Pluta, the method actor who plays Archie. Tell me what you fuckers think of that.
We specialize in the repair of Rolex and Patek Philippe watches. We've been doing the same thing for more than 25 years. We have Rolex technicians certified by Rolex who actually used to work for the company for many years, like if we're doing the work on the factory. We completely disassemble the watch and we put it to work like brand new condition. When you get a pre-owned watch, it's like if you're getting a brand new unit. The only difference is the money.